Coming out this early in the morning. Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, Honorable Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, NDC Chair, Mr. Jagrup, but most importantly, you, the residents of the Endragt. You're here for a momentous occasion. I know you've been waiting, I can't say years, decades, for this moment. And through the initiative and the intervention of His Excellency Dr. Ali, we are here today to give you your titles for your lands that you've been occupying for some time. I want to acknowledge the efforts of the team from the Ministry of Housing and Water and Central Housing and Planning, the registry, the staff of the registry who worked assiduously to get this done at this time. Minister Zulfikar will make the formal apologies for His Excellency, but he got an important engagement that he had to leave for. So I know I don't want to keep you away from the main event, so let me just hand you over to Minister Zulfi.
Thank you very much, CEO of Housing, my colleague Colin, NDC Chairman, and more importantly, the residents of Mantripo North. Good morning. So today should be a happy day for you. I can remember when we went at the back there, the fisher folks, Leonard and them fishermen invited us that they want us to go there because the president normally visits all these fishing sites, landing sites. And we visited a number of landing sites around the country. And they told us that they want the president to visit Mantripo. And an afternoon, the president called me and said that he come into Mantripo, that let me make the arrangement that the fisher folks can be there. And we went there, and they raised a number of concerns that they want. They want the canal, the channel to be excavated. They want a boat ramp. They want a wharf. They want a road to be done. So all those commitments, the president committed that we will execute those jobs to ensure that we enhance the landing site at Mantripo. Because Mantripo here is a major fishing area, an area where a lot of boats normally moor and come out here. So whilst we were having a discussion with the fisher folks, a number of residents, I remember a number of female came and told the president that they were living here for a number of years and they never had titles for the land. And there and then, the president committed that within a short space of time, that you will receive your title. And I'm happy that today I am back with my colleague here to help you to get your title. And that showed the commitment of His Excellency the President. Although he's not here this morning, he could have come. He had, as the CEO rightly said, he had a very emergency, some other emergency matters. But he could have come here and take the glory himself. But he's not a person like that. He works and he ensures that we deliver on the work that we are doing. And our government, the PPP civic government, we take commitment very seriously. When we make promises to the people of this country, we take it very seriously. And I'm happy to say, just over 4 years, all the commitments that we have made to the people of this country, we have already delivered it to the people of this country. And what we are doing are new things. And every day you will see ministers of government, the president himself are out in the field, meeting with people, listening to their concern, to take it on board and resolve issues. So this morning here, I am very, very happy that I am part of the Ministry of Housing activity where I just was walking down the street and I met a lady here who was living here since 1985. She told me her daughter was 2 years old. Now she is getting her title for the first time. You know that is what? That is empowerment from the PPP civic government. Now, after today, when Minister Crowell and his team hand over the title to you, you can go to the bank and get a loan. You can go to the bank and get a loan to develop your house, expand your house, enhance your property. The value of your property will go up. The value of your property will go up. And this is only part This is only part of the developmental process. I want to say that this area here is a major fishing area for us. And as I said, over $350 million will be expended to enhance your landing site. We'll do a ramp for the boats. We'll do the entire revetment there. We'll make a shed, expand the shed. We'll do stall, because what we experienced too, the day that we were there, the boat was selling to the trucks the fish, and they were purchasing it, but when they go to the market, you have to pay double the price. So we are saying now at these landing sites, we will be building stalls, and we will be encouraging people so that they can come at the landing site to purchase fish, so that the fisher folks can get a better price for them fish, and the consumer can enjoy a better price. That's the way we work, because if you look around, we have been organizing a number of farmers market, and both the consumer and the farmers enjoy the prices that are being given at these markets. So this morning here, this is another commitment, another promise from the PPP civic government, a commitment from His Excellency. And less than 2 months, some people say 40 years, some people say 50 years. This is a second generation now who are receiving title. But less than 2 months, the president came here and you are receiving your title. That is a commitment. Those are commitments. And I want to express my appreciation to the president on your behalf. I know for a fact that he wanted to be here, but he's not here today. But let us all rally around. Let us continue to support this government. Let us ensure that the next term of this government, we will continue the development of this country to enhance the life of our people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Zulfi. And as Minister Zulfi said, His Excellency is one of the persons who like to encourage and speaks about generational wealth. And this, what is happening today, is a giant step towards creating that generational wealth. When Minister Crowe speaks, he will also expound on what other areas that are benefiting from His Excellency's initiative and push for persons who have been waiting a long time to have this moment. We have done it in other areas, and there are more areas that has to be done, and we are pushing for those areas. I also want those of you who are here today to encourage, there are a few persons that haven't come in as yet to meet this process. I want you to encourage them, at least they'll see that you are here today at this event, so that should encourage them, but I want you to also encourage them to come out. So let me have Minister Crowe address you.
Thank you very much to our CEO, Mr. Sherwin Greaves, CEO of CHPA. I want to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, who you just heard from, Minister Zulfikar Mustafa, and the NDC chairperson for the Monrepo NDC, Mr. Jagrup, all other staff of Central Housing and Planning Authority. But more importantly, you who are here, many of you, I see you with your envelopes and your folders, because you'll be leaving here with a document that signals that this is your security of tenure and security of tenure for your children and your children's children. Let me start off by saying the pleasure is mine on behalf of His Excellency President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, who came here exactly 6 weeks ago with Minister Zulfi. And in his interaction, in addition to the issue from a perspective of fishing and farming, was you want your ownership, you want your title. His Excellency committed that by the end of August, we must ensure that this is done. We are here in the first week of September to hand over these titles, 40 titles today, on behalf of our president. This is what this PPPC government is about. So when you see our president, and we're not office bound, we're not armchair leaders. When you see our president in the communities, it is to listen to you directly. It is for us to understand what are some of the challenges and for us to all put our heads together to ensure that we are able to deliver on the commitments. Our president, when we got back into office, would have announced a program called Operation Cleanup. And this Operation Cleanup is not, we're not talking about sanitation cleanup. This is cleanup from a perspective of where we have a number of areas for where persons reside and they do not have ownership, or would have been historically a squatting area, would have been an area probably where a settlement started. But the work is for us to assess those areas and determine what is required or what is needed for us to complete, whether we will have persons to be able to occupy that area, or we will have to move them, or they can stay there. So in some cases, you have persons who live on the riverbank, you have persons who live on the seashore. Those are areas where we cannot, in any shape or form, be able to regularize. But the areas like yours, and in fact the CEO was mentioning to me, he didn't realize driving in, that he didn't realize that persons didn't have ownership for here. Where we at now, it's commonly called Monrepo North. But the official name for where you at is the Endragt. So when we had the signing up for the titles, they had persons who were allocated the Endragt. Many of them came to sign. So the Endragt here on the north, where we are to the seawall, we are here today regularizing and processing the ownership. So there are 67 lots that we have done the occupational survey for which 40 today, 40 of you will be collecting your title. And on the southern side, when you're going past at the back where near Nari, or the other side of over the main public road, we have another area where we had allocated, since we got back into office, and as part of our 36,000 allocation to date, we allocated a portion in the Endragt. For those persons who are listening, in another month, we will be able to sign for the ownership for that area. So you have family, many of you have family there, and the NDC chairperson normally call me from time to time. We are committed. We are committed as a team, we are committed as a government to ensure that our citizens, every citizen, no matter where you live, that we must every day must be able to live a better quality of life and have a better lifestyle. And in that, in the housing sector means, in addition to making opportunities for home ownership, is also about ensuring that persons are able to sign for their agreement and their title, subsequently receive their document. That signals you can now use that as a collateral. It's your own, and no one can come and trample on your space. So sometimes when you see the staff out in an allocation exercise, we think that's all housing is about. But the very staff is also involved subsequently, which you don't see, which is behind the scenes, is also involved in doing a number of processes so that you can have ownership. And so as a government, we will continue to work assiduously that every citizen, every community is addressed. You hear no different. On the east coast of Demerara, for example, we have done this for Bachelor's Adventure. We have over 321 lots. We have process ownership. Chatamargo, Pigeon Island, as you know it, that's another area where you've seen development moving from where flooding, a flood-prone area, to now where all the streets are done, where ownership has been processed for that area, so citizens there live in comfort. And following this exercise, the team will be focusing on Enmore. There's a portion in Enmore, because they normally call me about it, where there's over somewhere by Enmore West, we have an area that we have to work with. And similarly, in the east bank of Demerara, just like how we are addressing what is called plantation prosperity or Barnwell, which is in Mocha itself. we will now start the work for the regularization on the other portion of Mocha, which is called the Mocha Arcadia. And so this is what we're about. So it's a happy moment. This is 5 generations that our president has fixed for you. Aren't you happy about this? 5 decades. 5 decades of occupancy for which we have fixed. Many of you, and I want to thank our host here for the way we're using Puran residents. And there's, again, another second generation. So many of you, your parents were the original occupiers of this area. You are the next generation. You are the inheritors. But certainly, what you are going through in terms of uncertainty, your children, their future is now secured. So thank you very much for coming out here today. Thank you for responding. And we must also, again, give a final praise to our president, who has met his commitment, to you. And similarly, when you heard Minister Zulfi spoke, the other commitment is that in terms for where your livelihood is at stake, you will realize we are serious about ensuring that all our residents, all our citizens, their issues are fixed. All right? Thank you very much and have a God bless day.
Thank you, Minister. And now we go directly into what we are all here for, right? The main thing is for you getting your titles. Esther?
Morning, everybody. I will call your name and you will come forward. Sukrani Singh, Ram Singh. Bisunde.
How long you here?
So many years, I can't say much. 30, nah? Yeah. And we finally get what we want. And thank the President for it.
Rampasad Puran.
I asked if Puran is here, right? And we have Puran. Let me thank them for allowing to use the facility.
Danpat, Ram Narayan.
Thank you very much, sir. After long waiting, you understand, we here, and here, we gotta thank the president that if he never come there, we would have remained another decade again, you understand? But because, like this area, like he abandoned. Like so many years we wait. Good. So many years. And everybody know that if somebody gonna wait so much years for get his title, they mean something wrong that we are forgotten. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shafiq Satar. Shafiq Satar. Suklal Pasad.
You want to say something? This.
No, we want to thank the government a lot because a long time waiting for this thing because you know that one thing, you know, you can't wait on that. Because we got children, with children you pass it on to. You understand?
How long are you here?
We there here 48 years we live here. Not 48, 38, sorry.
38.
Yeah, 38. 38.
Jennifer Harrell.
Well, this place been occupied by my family.
So you're the second generation?
Yeah.
Right, so you get the title now.
Yes.
Sumintra Deosaran. Jonathan Ramkaran.
Third generation. How old are you?
Premchand Pasad. This is one of my counselor grandparents.
Go. We can take the car wrong, yeah. Say something, Roger.
She said something.
Well, you weren't here.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks to the president for this. I wait a long time to get it, and I'm happy here today that I have my grandchildren and 2 great grands that can keep our name up. And thanks to the president, and thanks to the ministers there.
Samarkand. Rafiq Hussain. Sanjay Sivram. Rupdev Haridat. Ramkaran Purandat. Ustan Oswald Johnson.
I want to express my heartfelt congratulations to the President. I am the first person that ever lived on this land. That is since 1985. And I have waited from 1985 and now we're in 2024, which is 39 years. And after 39 years, I'm finally the owner of this land. So, Mr. Cole, thank you, and I would like you to express my heartfelt thanks to the President, Dr. Irfan Alili, for making this possible. Thank you very much.
Tulsidale Gopal. Sit down.
The rest who hasn't collected will go inside and collect inside. Thank you.